Happy greetings, everyone. It's good to see you all here. We are going live in like 10 different places today. So I am working on making sure we're on Instagram as well. But if you are here, say hi to me. I'm trying to finish getting the Instagram set up. So I'm streaming from StreamYard. So if you're in the Facebook group, definitely give StreamYard permission so I can know like who's typing and who's saying hi. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, or any of the other channels, say hi as well. So today we are going to make our stuffed butternut squash. This one's our winter squash. We also have acorn squash here. If you wanted to substitute, or if you say like I have, a different winter squash, you can still make this recipe. So let's see what's going on over here. I don't know. So guess what? We're going to skip that, and that's okay. So I'll upload to Instagram later. For some reason, it's not going live there direct. But let's see. So we have all of our ingredients out. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to move this computer out of the way. Like I said, if you're here live, say hi. If you're watching replay, say hi as well. So we're going to get started with getting our onions cooked up here. We have a yellow onion today. You can use your red onions or whatever you have available. Just going to chop it up. So as you all know, I am sensitive to the chemicals that come out of the onions. It actually makes my eyes water if I don't use a cold onion to start with. Unfortunately, this one is not cold. I've been rushing around today. So hopefully I won't cry on camera, but if I do, it's because I didn't start with a cold onion. And I know that I can just run to the sink and rinse off the onion in cold water and just wash my hands off as well to get all of those different chemical properties out there. So the recipe will be fully on the website by tomorrow, but part of the ingredients are already listed. So if you want to make this, you can go by the ingredient list as well as follow along with what I am doing right now. Just going to chop up our onions. I already have some butternut squash in the oven. I have my oven set to 375 and usually about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of your butternut squash. So I have a couple of different sizes here. Let's get this in. So if you want to use oil, you can. I'm actually doing oil-free cooking today, so I'm going to just add a little liquid in here and add in my onions. And while that is sauteing up, I can get our garlic going. So I see we have a comment. Facebook user says, hi, Crystal. Hey, I'll check out and see exactly who it is in a moment. So if you want, you can put your name behind your comment. I can see now. And we have someone on YouTube saying, hello, Crystal. Looking forward to today's offering. Oh, thank you. Yes. So I have our garlic here. I took it from a whole bowl, opened it up, picking out a few cloves here. Depending on how much garlic you like, you can add as much as you want. I'm going to go with 2 garlic cloves right now, just for time's sake. But normally I would use 4. And I do have some ready, so you don't have to wait the whole time for everything to cook up. So we've got our onions going. I'm going to add in our garlic. So I can, Stephanie, thanks for the heart. Definitely add like comments and hearts and likes because that actually helps more people see these videos. So I definitely appreciate that. And let's chop this up. So our onions and garlic, it's in the same family, and it's really great for our immune system. So with all of the viruses and everything going on right now, we definitely want to continue to build up our immune system. Just chopping up our garlic. It doesn't have to be super fine if you don't want. I like a little bit of like garlic bites in my dish. Put all that in. And while that is cooking up, we're going to add in our kale. So you can just take a bunch of kale. I like to turn it upside down, go straight down. And just take the kale off of the stems. If you're going to cook it for a long time, you can definitely keep it on, but it's up to you. Get all this in. So we're going to say I chopped up the whole bunch here. And I have some of the stuffing already made, so I'm going to show that to you in a moment. But what I didn't add to it is the kale. So I'm going to get that in with it. This is what it looks like with just the mushrooms, onions, pepper. See, I put black pepper, onion powder, have some thyme and oregano going in, and our mushrooms already sliced going in there. All of it. So this is the 8-ounce packet of mushrooms. And while that's going, I can actually start getting some of this kale in. So I'm actually going to get another pot going over here because I need to get some more kale going. All right. So, does anyone have any questions or comments? Do we have a few more comments? And so luckily I'm farsighted because this print is super tiny. So I can see pretty much everyone's comments as it's coming in. If you're watching the replay, you can make comments and ask questions there as well. So what I'm going to do is take this that's already been cooked. I'm going to add the kale to it. Let's cook up for a few minutes. While that is going, we can, this is what our butternut squash is going to look like when it's done. I am going to take this one. So sometimes you'll find like tall ones, short ones, really fat at the bottom, skinny at the top. Usually the seeds are found in the part that's rounded. This one, even though it's small, it looks like it's going to have a lot of seeds in here. I'm going to actually take this one here. And I usually just go up and then go down. Be careful when you do this, please. It's not like cutting like a small pumpkin. And I usually just go all the way through. Doesn't have to be perfect. So pick your seeds. These seeds taste a lot like pumpkin seeds. So you still want to like save your seeds. You can roast them like you would pumpkin seeds. It has a lot of zinc in the seeds. So you might want to put it in your smoothies. It blends pretty well there. So scrape all this off, put a little oil, wipe it down, and you end up with this already ready to go. This is a smaller one that takes us long to cook. We have some more in the oven as well that is getting going. So this is my bigger bowl and my cooked quinoa. So for the quinoa, you're just going to add 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of broth. Let it cook for about 15 minutes, and you'll get nice. And after I let it cook, I like to let my quinoa sit for about 10 minutes so that it fluffs up very nicely. So you can just put your quinoa right in. I'm going to check on our other dish in 1 moment. I see we have a couple of them. You can see how good my vision is here. You can smash the garlic. Kind of see most of it. Yeah, so sometimes I do smash it. When you smash it, it releases the chemical allicin. And the allicin has a lot of great health benefits, especially for like cardiovascular issues. So usually when you smash it or cut your garlic and you let it sit for about 10 minutes, that chemical property of the allicin really gets released. Chopping it up works as well. So a lot of times smashing it. So like it was a little hard for me to peel some of these. Some garlic's easier to peel than others. By smashing it, it makes it easier to peel. Or you can cut off that hard end, which is what I usually do, and then I can just peel it down. So either way works really well. Whatever method you're comfortable with. When I work with children, I don't let them do the smash if they're using a sharper knife, but they're using the plastic ones. It really doesn't work as well. So have them cut it up. Hey, David, do something. I will read that in a moment. Let me check on our here. That's looking great. It's almost done. While that's finishing up, I'm going to come over and see all of the comments. So, hey, beautiful people. Yes. So you can smash the garlic, the flat part of the knife, and it takes the skin off and makes it easy to chop. I agree. And do other squashes work well with this dish? Great question. So the answer to that is yes. Other squashes will work, especially winter squash, work well with this dish. But you can even use some of the summer squash, like if you have a really large zucchini, that works really well. Just like I love to stuff large zucchini. A lot of people are afraid of the large zucchini. Like when you go to the farmers markets, that's usually what's left over. That's my favorite ones to use because you can do so much with it. It's so versatile. And you just scoop the seeds out and use the same stuffing and put it right in there. You can use the acorn squash. You can use pumpkin. You can use really any winter squash that you have available to make this dish. Great question. Let's see here. Beautiful, that's done. How much y'all can see there, but this is with our kale and our bean mixture. I'm going to mix that in with our quinoa here. So most of my recipes don't require as many steps as this. Sometimes I will say, I don't always separate when I'm doing this dish. I'm doing it today. So for those who want to make it more of a one pot, like I normally do, you can cook everything together, like the onions, the mushrooms, the kale together first. Add your dry quinoa in, which actually I might do this now. So that's what I'm telling you all to do. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Add quinoa in, dry, and then add in your broth. 2 cups of broth, 1 cup quinoa, and let that cook all together. And then you have it all in one pot instead of 2 separate containers, which is what I did. Sometimes I like to cook my quinoa separate because then I have like, especially if I do a bulk, I can do a lot of different things with that quinoa in addition to this dish. So mix all of this together. Quite frankly, this is a complete meal right here. We have our beans and quinoa for our protein. We have our kale in here as well to add some green veggies in here. You can add bell peppers if you want to. We also have this orange, technically it's a fruit, but orange winter squash here. But right here, this is a complete meal. You can eat it just like this, but we are going to stuff it because we're going to stuff winter squash today. So just stuff it in. And you could eat it just like this or put it in the oven for another 10-15 minutes. Sometimes I like to add my homemade vegan Parmesan, which the recipe is on the website. I'm at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com. Type in Parmesan, and you'll see the recipe for that. Or you can use some store-bought cheese and sprinkle it on. So for some of my family, I'm going to sprinkle the cheese on. For myself, I'm actually doing it without the cheese, but it's totally up to you. And yeah, that's it for me today. So does anyone have any questions? Yeah, let you all see this. It's been a mess today. There we go. Yeah, so our stuffed dish. If you wanted to, you could even scoop out some and add some more to this. Let me see if there's any more comments. Kale and butternut squash um, sound delish. So we have, thank you all for your comments today and joining me live. I will try to keep these less than 15 minutes. We went just a little over today. Um, and I will let you all know when I have the next video. I'm not planning on editing this one. I'm just going to upload it and share to the other platforms. But yes, thanks so much for hanging out. Once again, watch the replay. If you're watching it, say hi, put some comments in. Let the other folks see all of the deliciousness and easiness of plant-based cooking, plant-based eating. And I have some resources on the website at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com that you can check out. I have the link to the recipe already posted on YouTube and Facebook, except for the Facebook group because it wouldn't let me. But I'll go back in and put it in later on. Once again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me for the first cooking demo live of 2024. And I will see y'all later. Peace and blessings, everyone. Take care.